Hello, I'm Jay Matheson with the Jam Room Recording Studio and Midlands Audio Institute, and I'm here for Front End Audio today to talk about the Great River MAQ-2NV mastering variant. This is the mastering version of their 2-channel equalizer, and of course this is a solid state equalizer, and I think it's typically thought to be a old Neve style circuit or old British style circuit. And I bought this mastering variant because I use it both for tracking and mastering, and of course it's got some great features and it's a great sounding EQ. And the real reason I bought this EQ is because being a solid state EQ, and also it's a Great River product, because Great River makes very good sounding stuff and just great quality stuff. But I was looking for something specific with this, and what I really like about this EQ is it's very flexible. Alright, so one great feature is the link feature, and the link feature basically makes anytime you change something to do with the say if you want to change it from bell curve to shelving, or you want to change one of the bandwidth controls, it actually affects both channels. So it makes, in mastering, it makes it a lot easier. And of course, when you want to use these for tracking for separate things, you disengage link. So as with any mastering equalizer, you would expect to have some control of bandwidth, and on the low and high mid channels you have bandwidth control here, from your wider bandwidth to your tighter bandwidth. On the lows you have a bell curve versus low shelving EQ, and of course down here at the very bottom you have your high pass filter, and you also have a level control here. Now this control is not set up for fine tuning, but more like selecting what level you're going to send into the unit. Of course, most of the time I leave it set on +4, since I'm going to be sending a normal line level into the unit. So we have our frequency select and our boost cut, and of course everything on this equalizer, since it's a mastering variant, is in stepped controls, half dB steps. So say if you want to affect the lows, you could cut the lows in half dB steps, and of course you can chart these for repeatability. And also, if you can be assured that your stereo image is going to remain intact, since you're not working with an infinitely variable pot. You're working with, things are calibrated, and you can bet that Great River, being a very high-end company, is going to have your unit calibrated oh so well. So here we have a low, mid, high, and high mid band, and you can see there is a bandwidth control on the low, mid, and high mid, and of course we have a bell versus a shelving for both the top and the bottom. So like I said, this is an equalizer that I purchased for myself, and Front End Audio asked me to talk a little bit about it. And of course one of the real things that I really like about this equalizer, that I think is one of its best features, is the fact that the high end is so open, and of course it's not harsh at all. If you really want to open up and have a sparkling high end, I think that this equalizer is just one of the best choices you could make at any price range, period. Therefore, I purchased it for myself. So what I'm going to do here is actually showcase that. And when I master music for other people or for projects that I've recorded, I'm almost always am doing a hefty boost up in the top end. Of course, you do get some projects in that have already gotten all spiked up in the high end, and then it doesn't give you the ability to really carve it up as well. But most rock band stuff I get needs something to open the top end up, and in hip hop and rap projects that I get into, this gives a sort of crispness that you just can't get in a plug-in. And I've found nothing else that I've ever used that gives a sort of sweet open top end. So let's run a project that I've recorded and take a listen to what this equalizer does. So you can see that why I really use this equalizer a lot. I find that the top end is just you know, incomparable. And of course, when I'm tracking, I use this a lot for tracking. I can really get into the low end of a kick drum and carve out the muddy stuff, and you know, also, you know, really do a fine tweak on the attack of the kick. Because in snare drum, bass guitar, guitars, vocal, it doesn't matter. This equalizer as a tracking piece is also unparalleled. So the one way I really get my money's worth out of a nice equalizer like this is to use it as a tracking equalizer as well as a mastering or two-bus equalizer. I might use it a little bit to sweeten something that's going to go to a different mastering studio, or if somebody brings a project in for me to master, or if I record something that I'm going to master myself, I definitely use this as part of my mastering chain, along with perhaps another equalizer and some two-bus compression. So I have to say that I'm 100% happy with my purchase of this Great River Mastering EQ, and would definitely recommend it, and thank my friends at Front End Audio for hooking me up with this thing. So I'm Jay Matheson with the Jam Room and Midlands Audio Institute signing off, and would like to suggest, if you're interested in picking this Great River piece up or any other Great River gear, to check out Front End Audio at frontendaudio.com.